Agent Matt McCormick and get to a better state with State Farm. 348-0464.
Hi, I'm Bill at Wire for USA. If you're looking for internet, TV, security systems, or cell booster systems, why would you look at a company that only gives you one choice for each of these systems? Wire for USA offers it all. Viasat, Hughes, CenturyLink, Dish TV, DirecTV, Wilson cell booster systems, and now Starlink and EchoStar internet systems. Starlink and EchoStar are the newest, the fastest, and the strongest satellite internet made. No limit, no contract. Wire for USA has it. Call 605-341-5361. Whatever your home or business needs are, call Wire for USA for the products and the service. You don't need training wheels with our system. Connect to the future with Wire for USA at 605-341-5361. We are hometown, we are South Dakota, and we do appreciate your business. 605-341-5361. See us at our new location, 710 North La Crosse Street in Rapid City.
City driving might feel routine, but it's tough on your car. All those quick starts, hard stops, endless red lights, and long idle times. They wear things down fast. Brakes, fluids, engine components, they all take a beating. That's where Al's D&I Repair in Rapid City comes in. We handle the maintenance that keeps your vehicle ready for whatever the city throws at it. Al's D&I, fixing it right since 77. Check in at Al's D&I on Sturgis Road and online at alsdniautorepair.com.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
The Buffalo Bills are still looking for a head coach. It will not be Phillip Rivers. The recently unretired quarterback withdrew his name from consideration in Buffalo. Now, the Bills did interview Broncos quarterbacks coach and passing game coordinator Davis Webb for their head coaching job today. Webb also expected to meet with the Raiders. Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders has been named to the AFC Pro Bowl games roster, replacing Patriots quarterback Drake May. That's according to Jordan Schultz. Now, the Browns are looking for a head coach. They're set to interview Rams passing game coordinator Nate Scheelhaus for the second time today. He's also expected to meet with the Bills tonight. Outfielder Harrison Bader has signed a 2-year deal with the San Francisco Giants. It's worth more than $20 million, according to The Athletic. Hawks beat the Pacers 132-116. Another afternoon NBA game at the Hornets running the Sixers 130-93. Arizona, a unanimous number 1 in the AP Top 25 College Hoops Poll. I'm Dan Beyer.
It's time for South Dakota's Sports Talk Show. This is the Nate Brown Show, featuring live callers, great interviews, and thought-provoking sports talk. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, I'm back. I'm here. I'm in the captain's chair. What a Monday. What a weekend. Hope you're doing well. How you doing, everybody, across South Dakota? Welcome in. South Dakota Sports Talk Show is back and ready. We're live right now on Fox Sports Radio across the state. KWSN Sioux Falls. Welcome in. Also, Fox Sports Rapid City. Say it with me. It is always a great day in South Dakota. The Nate Brown Show is back, and yes, I'm here to answer. I'm here to lament. I'm here to grind it out. We're going to swim through oatmeal of my misery of my Denver Broncos being one step away, one call away. We'll get to it. Let's get going. But I'm ready for it on a Reaction Monday. Welcome you in. Hope you had a solid weekend. I know a lot of you were cheering against Sparky. A lot of you Vikings fans don't like Sean Payton as it is. So it's all good today. Let's break it down. Let's get after it and have some expert analysis tonight. South Dakota Sports Talk Show live on Fox Sports Radio, also streaming at Nate Brown Show on X. So welcome in on X. Interact with us there. Question of the day and all that good stuff. We are on X streaming right now at Nate Brown Show. And then find us on Midwest Sports Plus. That's the new high school sports streaming app. If you don't have it, I encourage you to get it. Live high school sports and this show right there, accessible right now on Midwest Sports Plus and our YouTube channel. It's free and easy. Subscribe to us. You've got every show live and archived. The Nate Brown Show. Search for us on YouTube. Subscribe. We'd appreciate it. The Nate Brown Show on YouTube. All right, Reaction Monday. What do we got tonight? Rob Keighron's live. I just got a listener who sent me a message, said, I can't wait for you to get Rob Keighron on tonight, the ultimate Sam Darnold denier. Does he have Sam Darnold derangement syndrome? Is that what's going on? Rob Keighron is in tonight. Yes, he's here to answer the bell as well. Reaction Monday, second hour, full with guest host, national radio host Rob Keighron's on the Nate Brown Show. He's coming in. Before that, we will go to Denver and get the reaction from James Merilatt, Broncos reporter, denversports.com. He is on 104.3 The Fan. James Merilatt's on the Nate Brown Show tonight from Denver. Jason Andera is in tonight. A lot to discuss when it comes to South Dakota high school sports, so I'm going to dip out of the NFL a little bit tonight. We'll go to Jason Andera, SDPB high school sports analyst. He's on the way as well. Monday show looks good. A question of the day right out of the gate. Some listener texts already coming in about the Broncos' reaction from you guys, so keep that coming. 605-720-1067. That's the Barron's Wilson listener text line for you. 605-720-1067. Get that number in for the text line, and then you can text in our question of the day answer. Your answer could win you a free buffet to the Pizza Ranch. You know, the Pizza Ranch, home of everyone's favorite buffet, great location in Brandon and East 10th Street in Sioux Falls. Tonight, we'll set you up with a buffet a day from the Nate Brown Show just for answering the question of the day, brought to you by the Pizza Ranch. And get those in. Okay. What do you want me to say tonight? What do you expect me to say tonight? Disappointment yesterday as a Broncos lifer, a Broncos fan. Disappointment yesterday. I knew something like this could happen, right? Because you're going into this thing a little bit leery of Jarrett Stidham. I've seen him. I know Sean Payton likes him. He's been in the system. I wasn't like really, really worried. I was confident, but I still took the loss yesterday as like, hey, I guess that is what it is, because you had Stidham and then you had the blizzard and you're just sitting here going, I guess. But there was really one thing that hit us. There was really one thing that ticked me off yesterday. And it wasn't the blizzard. It wasn't the drop passes. It wasn't the missed field goals. It was the early on decision by Sean Payton to not kick the field goal. You could have went up 10-0, 9 minutes left in the second quarter. That was one of the best drives of the game. Got inside the 15-yard line, and he went for it. You all know that by now, and people nationally are reacting. Well, it's hindsight. It's hindsight. You can go back to this, guys. Go ahead and find my Twitter feed there. I said it right at the time. I was yelling in my living room. My daughters think I'm nuts anyway. It's okay, everybody. It's fine. I was yelling. By the way, if I had my daughter listen to this show right now, she could back me up on this. I said, you got to kick the field goal right here. This is 4th and 1. You just got to do that. You just have to take the points. It's easy. It's not hard anymore. And it feels like these NFL coaches, I'm not just going to hit Sean Payton, but it was a big miss yesterday for him to do that. It was an absolute mess. But all these coaches think they are just smart, and they go with the analytics, and they just get greedy, and they think they're smart enough to do it. And they say, well, most of the time you're going to convert that. But here's the thing. We were still going to have to go 13 yards to get a touchdown. So people arguing about the turnover by Stidham, and that's what cost him, and this, and that was the momentum. That's not the argument. The argument is you kick a field goal. You had all the momentum. The Patriots are going 3 and out. They just had 3 drives of nothing. 3 drives of nothing. And you kick it and you go up 10-0. It's really easy. And I have a stat of the day for you guys. Ready? Stat of the day. This is a big one. From my friend Colin Cowherd. What good is Colin for this? If you go up 10-0 in a championship game, when teams lead by 10, let's just lead by 10. They win 89% of the time. So it's like these games are, decided by small things. You have to take the points when you got them. It's a chip shot, 31-yard field goal. It's in. It's in. It was nice weather. You're good. And Sean Payton didn't, and that's when the tables turned. Yes, you had the Stidham turnover, but here's why I can't do that on the player side. I can't say Stidham did this and it was a big mistake and the whole thing. I can't do it. He was a backup. He was a backup. You expected him to not be perfect. He's going to make some mistakes. We should have been able to survive the backup mistake and still win the game, and it could have been tied. It was only a 10-7 game, just a total disaster, and it wasn't a hindsight thing for me. I didn't sit here and say in the third quarter, man, I wish they would have kicked that field goal. I was saying it as they lined up. And I think most of you guys had to say that, right? So you had to say you got to take the field goal, correct? There's just no other choice because saying, well, if you get the first down, you're first and 10. Yeah, I know, and you still got 13 yards to go. I mean, Sean Payton's analysis and explanation was, I just wanted to go up 14-0. He acted like we were at the 2-yard line. But what's the guarantee you're going to go up 14-0? I mean, it's ridiculous. And so if teams get up 10 points in a championship game, NFC, AFC, over the NFL, there's your analytics, there's your stats, courtesy of my boy Colin Cowherd, Fox Sports Radio. You get up 10 points in a championship game, you win 89% of the time. I don't care what the analytics are, 4th and 1. I don't care. I don't care what the momentum is. That was the second quarter. Well, we had the momentum. You go for this in the fourth quarter. I would have told him still to tie it, obviously, but if the weather was good in the second half and you got momentum, you think we got to win this thing, maybe I'll give it to him. This is the second quarter, took points off the board, end of story, and that's it. So you can't say that Sean Payton is the hero of the Broncos in one instance and say, look at what he's done with the team and how good of a coach he is. And I get all that. I have to give him his credit. I haven't been a Sparky fan. It goes back a long way with the Saints and all that mess. So I haven't been a Sean Payton fanboy. But I respect the job he's done. He's done an unbelievable job. But then he has to take the heat when he takes his decisions like that. And I do believe he thinks he's smart enough. He was trying to explain, well, we had a run call, and then I changed it to a pass. We should have just stuck with the run. No. You should have just kicked the field goal, and he barely even explained that. He was deciding between run and pass, and he's trying to teach us how smart he can. Well, we should have just done the run I had. That would have worked. Then I'd switch to the pass. He said, somebody called a timeout. You did, because you couldn't get the play in time. So Sean's all over the map after the game, but he's still trying to explain to you, here's why we do that. You look at the other side and the defense they line up in. I don't care about the play, Sean. You killed it when you didn't kick it, and that's how the Broncos lost yesterday. It's not the backup QB. 133 yards and a touchdown. He put you guys in position until the weather got terrible, and then he had some drops from some wide receivers as well. The Broncos players made some mistakes, but Sean made the ultimate. So that's where the blame has to go, I have to tell you, because weather was going to get bad. I don't know if he knew it was going to get that bad, but if you knew points at a premium, even in this game with a backup QB, that's the other big asterisk here. Second string QB, and you have a couple of nice drives. You kick the field goal. You're up 10-0 on the Patriots with a second string QB. You've scored on 2 drives. It's just baffling to me. So that's the disappointment, guys. I went into it like, I hope Jarrett Stidham does well. And then he throws the bomb to Mims and a one to Sutton and a 7-0. Then the next drive he gets down there. We're inside the 15, and Sean Payton tries to outsmart everybody and show off what he can do, and it's all over today. So let's see. Listener text coming in. Sean Payton blew it. Listener text. The Broncos have one person to blame for losing that winnable game. That's the head coach. He couldn't take the blame for the bad call of going for it on 4th down rather than kick the field goal. He knew weather was coming. It would make the game messy in the second half. Lister text coming in. People don't like smugness from anyone with authority like a head coach. Well, I got to tell you, though, like, all these coaches are cocky. I mean, you think Mike Vrabel's not cocky? Mike Vrabel's cocky. So all these coaches are cocky. They think they know, I mean, we're going to do this, and we're going to do exactly the right thing. Sean messed it up. He absolutely messed it up. Let's see. Listener text. Sean Payton was asked in the press conference that he did say he regretted going for it on 4th and 1. Well, he said you always have regrets. You always have regrets. And then he explained, I had a run call, and then we changed it to a pass. We should have done the sub run. That would have worked. No. It's just kick the field goal with the backup QB, and that's the end of the story. That's really the end of the story. So, you guys tell me, is it fair to blame the loss on Sean Payton today? Okay? I've been honest with you. It's like Sean Payton, the job he's done in Denver, top shelf stuff. I think his offense is little to be desired a lot of the season. I think it's a mid-tier offense this year, but the job he's done with the overall team, the roster, the player culture, and changing this thing around, it's been top shelf. It's been off the charts where the Broncos were and where they are now. The mid-tier offensive stuff's not as good. This year was not as good. And then the decision yesterday was bad. And I'm sure he has regrets, but it cost the Broncos yesterday. I feel bad for the defense that played unbelievable. The defense, man, the effort, the tenacity. I mean, it was just unbelievable Broncos defense yesterday. I love how everybody's saying Drake May is the AFC offensive MVP. It's like, he had 86 yards passing, and he ran on a couple of QB scrambles. Good job. Let's just cool it a little bit. Oh, the Patriots were the best team. Really? Yeah, I don't think so. So, Broncos, I feel bad for the D. I really do. I feel bad for those players. Stidham was just fine and was a mess in the second half. He still made a couple of plays and a couple of drops that were huge. He made a couple of plays, and they dropped it. Those were huge. Broncos running game, bad. So that's been an issue all season long. Broncos defense, unbelievable. They had the win, and people say, oh, the Patriots were better. No, they weren't, because the Broncos had a backup QB. The Broncos gave up one touchdown when the Patriots started at the 10-yard line. And the Patriots did nothing. They had the one drive and still couldn't punch that in. They had the one drive in the game and couldn't punch it in. So Broncos dominated the game. Jarrett Stidham had more total offense than Drake May, your guy. Jarrett Stidham had more total offense than Drake May, your guy. So just cool it on. The Patriots were the best. No. It was a mess. Sean Payton blew it. So is that fair to blame Sean Payton today for the loss? Would you blame Sean Payton or the player mistakes? So people like pointing to the Stidham mess where he tried the shuffle pass, and that was a bad play. But I knew you're going to get one of those. You're going to keep the ball too long. He hasn't played. You're going to get one of those. The Broncos still could have won. 2 more missed field goals. One was blocked there, the 46-yarder, and then the 54-yarder was missed. So Broncos had the win. They had the opportunities. They were the better team. I hate to break it to everybody. The cost of not going for an early field goal really, really killed them. Our question of the day, is it fair to blame the Broncos' loss on Sean Payton? That's our question of the day. Buffet to the Pizza Ranch up for grabs tonight on the Nate Brown Show as we get started. 605-720-1067. 605-720-1067. The Barons Wilson text line if you want a shot at a free buffet to the Pizza Ranch, location in Brandon and East 10th Street, Sioux Falls. Lister text. I agree with you 100%. Kick the field goal. Nobody said it, but I think they got a bad spot on that third down prior. Was definitely closer than a yard. Yeah, it was interesting. That was interesting. Lister text, no one likes a person in charge that won't take responsibility for their decisions. Yeah, I mean, he said he always has regrets. There's always regrets, but he didn't quite come out and say, I should have kicked the field goal. So, no, he didn't say that. He said, well, we had a run, there's regrets, and then we had this run, and then somebody called a timeout. Yeah, I know you did. Come on, Sean. Let's come on. And then you called a pass, and it was a terrible play on top of it. So let's see. Lister text, even if they went for the field goal, was not a guarantee they would have made it. Well, here's the thing. This is a 31-yarder. That's shorter than an extra point. This is Will Lutz. Good weather, straight down the middle. He hasn't missed those. So, I mean, nothing's a guarantee, obviously, because the 4th down and 1 was a total mess. Everybody tell you that's a guarantee. Analytics, 4th and 1, go for it. No. And this wasn't a hindsight thing for me. It was plain as day right here as I was watching it line up. I go, this is going to be the worst call of the game. If they don't get this, this is terrible. And it absolutely ended my Broncos run. Unbelievable. And you got to feel bad for the defense, huh? Broncos outplayed the Patriots, and Sean Payton let them down. Lister text, 2 things, Nate. Yes, you can definitely blame Sean Payton for the loss, and I already have Patriot fatigue. Yeah, I mean, they acted like the Patriots. People were acting like Drake made this and Mike Vrabel this and the Patriots this. Is like, what are you guys watching? The Patriots were terrible. They were absolutely terrible. The Broncos, with a backup QB, had them beat. I'll always remember that one. I will remember that one. Watch the center on the field goal that was tipped. Horrible job. Lister text just came in. Okay, I've been watching all this a lot. I watched the tip a lot. I didn't watch the center. But Broncos, again, special teams. Special teams. Sean Payton's had his problems. You remember a Chiefs loss last year. You might remember at Kansas City. Blocked. I mean, they've had some stuff like that. So, bad weather ends the Broncos' run in the second half, and it's not Stidham's fault. Sean Payton with a tough day. By the way, last one on this. Everybody likes to say, they like to tell me, Nate, the Broncos are in good shape. You got a 3-year window. They're going to be back. They'll be right there again. Oh, give me a break. You know how hard it is to get back where you were yesterday? Ask Josh Allen. Ask the Bills. I mean, I just don't like that coping mechanism. Oh, they'll be back. They're good. They're right there. No, they're good. You know how hard it is to win the games to get back there as the number 1 seed? It's unbelievable. So that's why when you're that close, it's a devastator. It's an absolute killer. So, bad deal. I don't know if the Broncos will be back. I can't tell you that. I'm a Broncos guy. I would love it. I can't tell you that. They had it. And we blew it. Jason Andera is coming in next. We'll go high school sports and then back into the NFL. A lot to cover tonight. James Merilatt's coming on from Denver, denversports.com. First, Jason Andera, South Dakota Public Broadcasting. I'm going to ask him a couple of high school sports questions that, including some of the appeals that weren't granted last week for high school football teams trying to move down. Jason Andera is coming up.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
Does your home have a crawl space? When cold weather arrives, that can mean cold floors, frozen pipes, and higher energy bills. Protect your family and keep the cold air out this winter with expert crawl space sealing by Blackburn Basement Systems. Sealing keeps your crawl space clean, protects pipes, and insulates your home so floors are warmer and energy bills are lower. A sealed crawl space means a nicer home. Don't wait. Call Blackburn Basement Systems today.
How do you make a buffet day even better? Make it a play day. The Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade is your place for good food and good times. Won the big game? Make it a play day. Aced your test? Make it a play day. Just need to get out of the house? Make it a play day. The Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade has all your favorites and all kinds of fun. So bring your family, bring your friends, bring your team. For good food and good times, make it a buffet day and a play day at the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines, supporting our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to wait. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. The life of an athlete has its uncertainties, wins and losses, injury and recovery. In the Black Hills area, athletes can always count on Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Teen tonight, under partly cloudy skies, northwesterly winds around 5 miles per hour. A blend of clouds and sun. Tomorrow, highs level off around 37. Lows around 21. Tomorrow night, clear skies. Daytime highs approaching 40. Wednesday, under partly cloudy skies. 34. Thursday, chance for snow. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Right now, it's 40 degrees.
Shop the Black Hills' best selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs at Danny Meno Rapid Chevrolet. Over 350 used vehicles you can buy with no money down and no payments for 90 days with qualified credit. 12 local and national lenders available and all applications accepted. Choose from GMCs, Rams, Fords, imports, and more. Many late model local trades. Plus used Chevys and GM certified pre-owned. Buyers on site paying top dollar for all trades. See us at Danny Meno Rapid Chevrolet or DannyMenoRapidChevrolet.com.
Collins Siding has been the region's premier window siding, door, and gutter installation specialist since 1974. They use only the highest quality materials and never compromise on their workmanship. Collins Siding is licensed, bonded, and their estimates always include labor, materials, and applicable permits and taxes. Collins Siding has been providing top quality service and exceeding high standards for over 45 years, and you can find out how by visiting them at 2016 Cherry Avenue. Collins Siding, 2016 Cherry Avenue, Rapid City.
Attention sports parents and ballers of all ages, Rapid City has a new sports facility that you have to check out. E3 Sports Complex on East North Street, featuring 4 full courts for basketball and volleyball. E3 Sports Complex is here to serve the community and wants all athletes of any age to come and experience expert training, coaching, and the opportunity to unlock your athletic potential. Memberships are available now. Come to play at E3 Sports Complex. Learn more at e3sports.org.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk show.
Welcome back in. Just getting started on a Reaction Monday. The Nate Brown Show live. Broncos country is devastated today. We're devastated today. Is it fair to blame the Broncos' loss on Sean Payton? I say yes. The bad decision to not take the field goal in the second quarter was devastating. Defensive struggle turned into a blizzard second half, and they knew the weather was coming in. I don't know if they knew it was going to be that bad. I don't know if you could tell that, but nonetheless, points at a premium, backup quarterback. You're up 10-0. You're in good shape. And the Broncos blew it with Sean Payton. That's a bad deal, man. That's our question of the day. Is it fair for me to blame the Broncos' loss on Sean Payton? 605-720-1067 on the text line if you'd like to answer our question of the day. We'll push you in a drawing for free buffet to the Pizza Ranch, locations in Brandon and East 10th Street, Sioux Falls. Okay, Jason Andera's on tonight. He knows ball. We're going to talk high school ball. First, I got to get his take. SDPB, Jason Andera. So, Sean Payton not taking a field goal on 4th and 1 to go up 10-0, and you say what?
Well, you heard Tony Romo, right? He was with you, Nate. He was already worried about it. So if he knows, Sean Payton, he's a great coach. I'd love to have Sean Payton as my coach, but it's tough in hindsight. But yeah, you can definitely blame the coach. I don't mind you being a coach blamer here, Nate. Usually I am against coach blaming, but I'm gonna let you have this one.
I usually am too, but and it wasn't hindsight for me, Jason. Honestly, right at the time, I was saying right now, I can't believe he's doing this. I cannot believe he's doing this. I don't care if we get the first. We're only going to be at the 13-yard line. We still got a long way to go. I knew the Patriots' defense was tough, so I was saying it right at the time, and then it turns out the Broncos lose by 3. I mean, that's amazing. Okay, let's get to the high school sports side of this. Speaking of football, I want to go back to the meeting last week at the Activities Association. The Douglas Patriots football program has only won 1 game in 5 years. Their principal and athletic director appealed to say, hey, we don't have numbers. We haven't been competitive. We got to try and get this football program alive. It's almost dead. Can we move to 11A? Yeah, they're the smallest 11 AA school now with male enrollment. Smallest AA. They want to move to 11A. It was denied because they just said, well, we just don't have a policy that we can follow on this. What do you think of this whole deal?
Well, and an important note in this is that Douglas wanted to move down and still be eligible for the playoffs because there's other teams that did, move down. Sisseton, by the way, moved from 11-man football to 9AA football, but now they are not eligible for the playoffs, and they knew that going in. Douglas wanted to stay eligible, so that did hurt them as far as what the policy was going to be. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like this would be something that they need to look at policy-wise, and I think each decision needs to be made on an independent basis, which is going to open another huge can of worms, because they were very consistent with the way they decided on classifications on this time around.
So here's the deal. I heard the principal and the AD, I think in their proposal, they didn't talk about, they did put in there, if we could play playoffs, that'd be great. Essentially, like, if you let us do this and play playoffs, great. But they did at the meeting say, we don't care about playoffs per se. We can have that conversation. I don't know if the board would have done it or not. It seems like it's almost easier, Jason, to go from 11-man to 9-man because there is a policy there. They let teams do that a lot. They don't let teams go from class to class, at least as far as I can tell.
Yeah, exactly. And not many teams have the need or the desire to, but it has happened before. And like you said, from 11 to 9-man football. So I think it's definitely something worth taking another look at, but, they were consistent. I will say the committee was consistent on what they decided to do classification-wise.
Give me your read on this. What was talked about now was a success factor committee. So that means we're working on a new policy per se that might take enrollment into account and maybe your win-loss record and stuff like that. So that would take Douglas into account, only winning one game in 5 years. So that success factor subcommittee's doing work, but it takes so long, it seems. Do you think a success factor will get traction here? They're working on it. Do you think we will see that?
I do think it'll get traction. I think that people realize this is not just a black and white issue and A plus B equals C. There's just a lot of factors involved. And, just like football coaches are making more decisions with more factors, with more analytics, I think we need to say, we do have a black and white rule right now, and maybe we need to put some more factors into this to make it as fair as possible, because there are schools that go years and years, like Douglas, without having a chance to really compete, and it just hurts participation, and that's the number one goal of the Activities Association, as far as I'm concerned, is participation. And I think it would help participation to maybe take some of these black and white rules and put a little more analytics into how we decide this classification thing goes.
Jason Andera on tonight, SDPB Sports. His show is called Game Time, covering high school sports across South Dakota. Find him on X. Follow him if you're not at 605 Jandy. He's here on the Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Radio. So what do you think about the Sioux Falls Metro teams? I got Brandon Valley's going to be in here too with Harrisburg. No O'Gorman, no Roosevelt, but these other teams are going to play Omaha high schools this coming season for football the next couple of years.
I'm really excited. I think it's going to be fun. When I was growing up, of course, the Sioux Falls area teams would play the Sioux City area teams, and that made a really extra good competition for only a couple hours of travel. And, the Sioux Falls ADs, I've talked to a couple of them, have been trying to do this for a number of years. They inquired about Fargo, but the North Dakota, classification system is on an odd numbered year, and we're on an even numbered year.
Okay.
So they couldn't make that work. They even talked about some Minneapolis schools, but Minneapolis, all those metro schools don't really bust. They just stay inside their own area, so they weren't as interested. So when they took a look at Omaha, it really lined up, and I think this is going to be great competition-wise for the metro area schools and give them an extra competitive game. And I think for Omaha, it'll be great, too, to be able to see the kind of quality of teams that we have here in South Dakota. I think it could be the start of something really cool.
I'd be interested to see, how does Sioux Falls Metro football match up with some Omaha Metro? There's a lot of good programs in Omaha. I wouldn't expect we'd be playing Millard South anytime soon. That's that one that they have players from all over the place. Nobody's matching up against them, are they?
Yeah, they had that signing class that took the entire length of the gym for people to do their signing in the last signing day. I didn't look at which Omaha teams it is.
Oh,
it might be, but I think it'll be great just to see what the difference is, and go play some really good teams and see what you can come up with.
All right, let me go to something that I noticed with South Dakota Public Broadcasting. You guys do a great job. I've told you that, Jason. You and the team at SDPB covering high school sports and the state championships and the whole thing. SDPB funding has always been looked at over the past year, and it got funded by South Dakota legislature this past year, but there's some federal funding that's now going to be missing. That leaks down to South Dakota. There's a discussion. What can SDPB do to save money in the budget now that there's going to be some money gone? One thing that was mentioned, could we charge a fee to watch the high school state championships? How successful do you think that would be of getting people to watch games? Would people pay to watch games? I know a lot of places do it. SDPB has been free. What do you think about a pay model? What would it do to the state championships?
Well, first of all, like you said, South Dakota Public Broadcasting has gotten its revenue about 20% from federal funds, a portion from state funds, and a portion just from private funding. And I think they've already made some pivots to be able to sustain what they need to do to survive the money without the federal funding. So I don't think it's an imminent issue that they need to make more money, but I know the state is always looking for places to cut money now, too, so that's the next worry. That being said, the suggestion that SDPB just, charges for their coverage, it just doesn't mesh with the mission right now of public broadcasting. I know other states do it, and I know that that's not the direction that South Dakota Public Broadcasting wants to go. They've, of course, explored all options at this point and would have to explore more options if funding changes yet again. But I think that would be closer to a last resort, and I think that's good. I think the mission of South Dakota Public Broadcasting to keep it free and to put it on YouTube has been phenomenal, and it's really been widely received well to have that kind of access to South Dakota High School activities events.
Jason Andera is on tonight from SDPB, high school sports analyst and broadcaster. His show is called Game Time. They stream it every week. Find him on X at 605 Jandy. How about the Super Bowl, man? You got Pierre Gray-Zabel playing in the Super Bowl. How about that?
Well, it is really cool. And, looking at the South Dakota athletes, or the athletes from South Dakota, to be in the NFL and see, Mason McCormick make it to the playoffs, and Gray-Zabel now make it to the Super Bowl, and, Tucker Kraft having a great year, and, Dallas Goedert has already won a Super Bowl. It's really cool to see what South Dakota high school athletes are doing across the national stage. And Gray-Zabel, by the way, man, that guy is playing out of his mind right now. I tend to kind of watch him whenever I watch the Seahawks, and he's nasty. He is nasty. Great player up there.
I'm telling you, a rookie, starter, huge impact player for the Seahawks, now going to the Super Bowl. Gray-Zabel out of Pierre, a great player. Jason Andera is in tonight, getting us started on a Monday. Man, I appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
All right. Yep, take care.
See you. Jason Andera talking hoops on the show called Game Time on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. He's here tonight on the Nate Brown Show. Wanted to jump into some high school for you, get his read on all the activities going on. Let's get back to the NFL and the big story. Sean Payton and the Broncos. James Merilatt, DenverSports.com. He covers the Broncos. What does he say about yesterday's loss? Coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
It's your last chance to lock in 2025 pricing on our acclaimed replacement windows and ensemble entry doors. Get 20% off with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Pay nothing till 2027. Plus, get an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. If you've been thinking about replacing those drafty, outdated doors or windows, now is the time. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait, there's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
Are there as many kinds of vehicles as there are kinds of people? We think so. At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we help all kinds of people come together with all kinds of vehicles. With loans made to fit everyone and every ride.
I am a owner of a lonely heart. I'm an owner of a broken heart. It's a bad day today. No, hang on. I always say it's a great day in South Dakota. All right, it's fine. I guess. I got a segment coming up here. I want to ask you Vikings fans. There's a lot of Vikings fans here on South Dakota Sports Talk Show. How do you feel about Sam Darnold? How do you feel about it? I mean, there's mixed emotions there, isn't there? There's got to be mixed emotions about your boy, Sam Darnold. All right, James Merilatt. I don't know where he's at here totally. I've been following him a lot. You can do that at James Merilatt on X. He's at denversports.com. Sounds like he's not happy with Stiddy. He's not happy with Sean Payton. I'm really not happy with Sean Payton, so let's see where we're at. It's James Merilatt, covers the Broncos and Denver sports at denversports.com. James, welcome in. How are you?
I am all right, Nate. I mean, it's a depressing day here in Denver. There is a mix of disappointment and anger, but other than that, hanging in there.
Okay, so here's how my question of the day is it fair for me to blame the Broncos' loss on Sean Payton? That's my target today. I'm usually not a coach, like, coach this, coach that, and I haven't been a huge fan of Sean, just going all the way back to the New Orleans Saints stuff, and so I haven't been a huge fan of some of the arrogance, some of that, but so I don't blame the coach a lot. I did because I didn't just say it after the fact, third quarter, fourth quarter. Man, I wish we would have kicked that. I was saying it. I was screaming it at the time. I was screaming it in the second quarter. Is it fair to me to blame this on Sean Payton?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's, like in any loss for a team, especially in football where there's so many people involved, there's a lot of blame to go around. But he's at the top of the list. He made that terrible decision, which, you know, given the situation, given you have a backup quarterback, given the way your defense is playing, a storm is rolling in, which everybody in town knew was coming in the second half. You got a chance to go up 2 scores. You have to take it. He got greedy. His ego got the better of him, and it blew up in his face. But that's not the only reason. I mean, look, for 3 years, he's been enamored with Jarrett Stidham. He's been telling us how good Jarrett Stidham is. He's the one who went out, and it was his first free agent signing when he was the Broncos coach. He re-signed him this past offseason. He had the audacity, and everybody thinks I say this because I'm a Russell Wilson fan, but he had the audacity to get up there with a straight face and tell us that he thought Jarrett Stidham gave his team a better chance to win in the last 2 games of 2023 than Russell Wilson, when we all knew Russell Wilson was getting benched because they could no longer make the playoffs and there was no reason to get him hurt, and that would hamstring their options in the offseason. So it's the football gods, lowercase g, saying, oh, I remember that. You got up there and tried to convince everybody this guy was a player. You tried to convince everybody all week that he was a player, and then you had to go try and win an AFC title game with him as your quarterback, and it was not good. It started off bad and only got worse when the weather turned sour.
So here's the thing with me and Sean Payton. I have to say what he's done for the organization, changing the culture, getting some of these players in here, and maybe that's him and Payton, but he has changed this organization's trajectory unbelievably well. And I don't think you can disregard that. So Sean Payton has done a heck of a job there. I do wonder offensively, is this offense going to be next level? Last year, pretty good, especially towards the end. This year, I think just okay. Where are we at really offensively?
Well, and first of all, I agree with you. I think he's done a remarkable job turning this team around in 3 years from a 5-12 team to a team that was 3 points away from the Super Bowl. But my lead in my column today at denversports.com was the Broncos were in the AFC Championship game because of Sean Payton. The Broncos aren't going to the Super Bowl because of Sean Payton. I think both of those things are fair and both of them are true. But I think this offense, I think Sean Payton is falling into the same trap that we saw with Mike Shanahan. You see it with a lot of, offensive-minded guys, so-called geniuses. They start to believe it's their system and it's not the players, when in reality it's both. You have to have a really good system, and all those guys do, but you also can't go out there and just run it with anybody's. And for 3-4 years, we've talked about how this team just doesn't have a lot of playmakers, and we saw it yesterday, right? Cortland Sutton, yeah, he had the touchdown early, but he didn't look like a true number one receiver. Everybody else other than Marvin Mims' long pass came up small in the big moment. They can't run the football. Their tight ends are non-existent. I mean, it just is a prime example of it ain't your system. It's the guys that are running it, and they need an upgrade in terms of talent. So hopefully they got the message. Hopefully they spend some of that Russell Wilson dead cap money that now they won't have to absorb. Hopefully they spend that on some skill position guys, because that was the glaring problem yesterday. It started with quarterback, which wasn't the fault of anybody in the organization. But, when you don't have a running game and you haven't had one all year, and I wrote about it in the preseason saying, hey, their Achilles heel is still their Achilles heel. And it came back to bite them because when they really needed a running game, when they had a backup quarterback in there, they didn't have it. So Sean needs to upgrade and stop just believing he can out-scheme everybody. It doesn't work that way.
The running game was atrocious. I mean, it wasn't good all year, and you needed to have it yesterday. There was nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. James Merilatt's on tonight from Denver. Appreciate his time. Find his work at denversports.com. He has a column up on the loss yesterday. So I do feel bad for this defense. I mean, everybody was looking at them saying, hey, they're starting to struggle. They were getting leaky. They were giving up points, giving up yards. Yesterday, really, really good. And I know the weather helped there, too, at the end. But they gave up one long drive. Patriots still couldn't punch it in. What do you say about the defense yesterday?
Yeah, they were really good. I wouldn't say they were great. And, given the situation, yeah, they had to, keep New England off the board and try and keep it a manageable game, which they did. But you also needed them to make some plays, give Jarrett Stidham a short field to work with. I mean, Hufanga had the interception, third play of the game that would have given the Broncos the ball at the 20-yard line, and he dropped it. You got to make a play like that. They didn't force a turnover, which was a continuation of the problem they had all season long. They only forced 14 during the regular season. The 5 they forced against the Bills was the aberration. So they weren't able to do that. And then I think something that gets overlooked because we're all so upset about Sean Payton and we're talking about Jarrett Stidham, really the weather didn't turn at halftime. The weather turned toward the end of the third quarter. The problem was New England went on a 9.5-minute, 16-play drive to start the second half.
Yeah.
Got a field goal, went up 10-7, and it was almost the moment that happened, Broncos come out, go 3-and-out, and then the weather went bad and it was over. So it's a lot to expect them to not give up one drive, and that was mostly Drake May running the ball. But that drive also was the play where there was the 4th and 1 that both side judges came running out to mark the ball on the quarterback sneak, and they were short of the line, and somehow it's a first down. I don't know how that happened. So they were very good. They weren't great. They needed to make some plays and help their quarterback out to be great, but they were certainly good enough to win yesterday.
James Merilatt tonight. Here's the tough one for me. And I try being a positive guy. I mean, I was disappointed yesterday, but I was almost like, well, backup QB. I was wondering what was going to happen. It was right there for the taking. Terrible decision by Sean Payton. I think that was the ultimate bad deal. But people say, well, look, they're right here again. Great team, Bo Nix, 3-year window. They'll be right back in this again. And I think that's what fans say when it's like Josh Allen and the Bills. They'll be back. They're going to keep coming back. And it's unbelievably hard to get 1 seed, home games, AFC championship. I don't know how people can just say they'll be back. I think it's way too hard.
Yeah, I'm with you. It is what fans say. And, we've seen it a lot around here with the Nuggets and the Avalanche, and when they fail in the playoffs, everybody's like, they got next year, and they'll be healthy, and this, that, and the other. It's like, man, the Jokic window ain't going to last forever. The McKinnon window ain't going to last forever. I think in the NFL, just because it's a parity league unlike any other, it's extremely difficult to get that kind of situation. I was asked today, I was on our morning show, and they said, hey, you look at this season as a success or a failure. I think you got to give it time and see, right? Like, if this turns out to be like in 1996, they lost to the Jaguars, that became the catalyst that drove them to back-to-back Super Bowls. Well, that 96 season then wasn't a failure. It certainly felt like one at the end of it, but it wasn't when you had some time and some context. I think this is going to be the same thing. If it becomes, hey, it was a stepping stone, they go on, they go to a couple Super Bowls in the next 6, 7, 8 years. Okay, if this is as close as they get, and they missed their window and they missed their golden opportunity, then it was a colossal failure because the expectations change once you're the 1 seed, once you're playing at home, once it's Drake May and company coming in the AFC title game. So I know we all would have taken it at the start of the season, but that's not how it works. Things change as the year goes on, and they laid an egg at the worst possible time.
Here's the deal, though, James. I'll let you run with this. Here's the deal. They win with Bo Nix, correct?
100%. I think the one positive takeaway, if you're a Broncos fan, is we all saw how good Bo Nix is. I tweeted this last night, and I honestly believe it. I don't know why he's not in the MVP conversation if Drake May is. His team went 14-3 in the regular season. They won a playoff game, put up 33 when he was playing, and when he wasn't on the field, his team was awful offensively. He is not only their passing game, but he's their best running option. I think yesterday showed just how good Bo Nix is, and I think listen, I was not on board with the pick. I was cautiously optimistic last year, but I think for this, it's 100% at this point. Broncos have their quarterback of the future. They have their franchise quarterback, and they'd be in the Super Bowl if Bo Nix hadn't gotten hurt.
James Merilatt tonight. Find him at 104.3 The Fan. It is denversports.com. Hit it every day. We do it a lot. James, I appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot.
You bet, Nate. Take care.
Appreciate it. James Merilatt live from Denver. Broncos coverage. denversports.com here on the Nate Brown Show tonight. Good stuff. Good stuff from James. Yeah, I mean, so everybody that's on, the Patriots, Colin Cowherd came on. Patriots were the better team. Better tackling. Better play from Drake May. Boy, that 86 yards through the air was something, wasn't it? Whoa, he lit it up. Whoa. MVP. Anyway, and if the Broncos have Bo Nix, it's over. I mean, that's over. So that's why I can't blame my guy, Matt Kearney. Matt Kearney told me weeks ago the Broncos are going to the Super Bowl. Remember? I came on the show. He said, they're going to the Super Bowl. He sent the text. I thought it was going to be a death wish. But lucky for him, Sean Payton made the ultimate terrible call. So Matt Kearney's off the hook. Sean Payton takes the L. Lister text coming in from a Broncos season ticket holder. I just got a text and some pictures from yesterday's game. He was there. I mean, it looks snowy. It looks terrible. Tough, man. He's right behind the goalpost. He's right behind the goalpost. North stands. Lister text, Broncos season ticket holder, I bleed orange and blue. Could not be more thankful for Sean Payton and what he's done to help the team move forward, change the culture. We're back in the mix. Yeah, I understand that. I understand. You can't disregard that at all. Broncos are back. And you Bronco haters hate that. You hate that. But they're back. We're coming for you, Chiefs, again. We're coming for it. So we're here now. But you're that close yesterday, and Sean Payton, bad call. Terrible call in the circumstances. Backup QB, take the points. You're up 10-0. You get up by 10 in a championship game, you win 89% of the time. Remember that for your analytics. Coming right back, how do Vikings fans feel about Sam Darnold? I really want to know. We'll discuss next.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one, so you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
It's your last chance to lock in 2025 pricing on our acclaimed replacement windows and ensemble entry doors. Get 20% off with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Pay nothing till 2027. Plus, get an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. If you've been thinking about replacing those drafty, outdated doors or windows, now is the time. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
There are 1 billion credit card transactions around the world every day. That's 11,698 swipes a second. It's easy to forget that behind each one, there's a person, a family, a dream, a connection being made. The Black Hills Federal Credit Union Visa, for members who want to make the most of every transaction.
Insurance. So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog? What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Live callers, big-time interviews, and breaking sports news. This is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown.
Welcome back in. Your sports, your show, The Nate Brown Show. The official outfitter of South Dakota Sports Talk Show is Trav's Outfitter, brand new store in Rapid City on Campbell Street. Your stock show headquarters, Black Hill Stock Show, is coming up. Trav's Outfitter ready, man. They got the best Western wear, the best Western boots. They got all the biggest brands. Most importantly, South Dakota-owned store with great staff. They know what they're talking about. Also, guys that are out there working hard, you know this. You need the right work boots. They got the best selection, best prices, best service. They want to build a relationship with you, have you keep you coming back before they just sell you a pair of boots, okay? Work boots and Western boots are at Trav's Outfitter. Check them out for yourself. I'm telling you, the staff knows work boots and Western boots. It's what they do. You don't leave wondering if you made the right choice. I don't know. They'll take care of you. Trav's Outfitter. Best selection, best service, no BS. New store, Campbell Street, Rapid City. They're online at travsoutfitter.com. Check them out. Okay, this is a question for Vikings fans. There's been a lot of Broncos questions today, okay? Rightfully so. So, I mean, I don't talk about the Broncos all the time. You guys got to know this. I'm a Broncos lifer and a homer. I'm a Broncos, I'm a guy. I'm the guy, but I love the Broncos. But I haven't used this show to just be a Broncos fest. This isn't a Broncos podcast, okay? So, Vikings fans, I'm here for you. How did you feel yesterday watching Sam Darnold throw for almost 400 yards, 350, 3 touchdowns, go to the Super Bowl, win the NFC Championship after just taking the Vikings to a 14-3 record? And Vikings fans were so cruel. Some of you guys were so rude to Sam Darnold, and one of the number one guys that ridiculed him is coming in next, so get ready. We're going to have a big discussion with Rob Keighron, the Sam Darnold derangement syndrome. It's got him today. I don't know if he's feeling bad or not, but we will have that discussion. Sam Darnold derangement syndrome. But I'm asking Vikings fans tonight across South Dakota, how did you feel about Sam Darnold winning the NFC Championship and going to the Super Bowl after 1 year removed, taking the Vikings to a 14-3 record? And everybody points to bad game against the Lions, we lost the NFC North. Bad game against the Rams, we were knocked out. That's just, well, but here's the thing. Sam Darnold played really well last year. You can't not play well and have that record in that offense. So now he had the right offensive line. He had a running game, big time in Seattle. Non-existent in Minnesota. Just nothing with Kevin O'Connell. No running game. So, running game in Seattle, great offensive line, and an even better defense. Not a pretty good defense, a number one defense. So maybe it's not just Sam Darnold that is the problem. Losing against the Lions, losing against the Rams. I don't think it was Sam Darnold, right? So, how do you feel about Sam Darnold winning? That's my second question of the day. I'd like you to text that in if you would. Vikings fans, I want to hear from you. What was your emotions? I actually, my emotions were tough yesterday. I was downstairs after the Broncos lost, and my wife came down. She said, "Don't eat your emotions away." I was just having a few chips. Sad afternoon. Don't eat your emotions away. Thanks for the advice. And then Sam Darnold won, and I was pretty happy. I was pretty happy for my Sam Darnold, ridiculed, put down, beat up. What do you Vikings fans think of Sam Darnold winning? What did it feel like after you had him, and a lot of people wanted to let him go? 605-720-1067 on the text line, if you would. Let's get it started. A Reaction Monday with our friend Rob Keighron coming in for a full hour coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Yeah, can I get the taco burger value combo? That's a value? I know it's a taco and a burger, but come on. Yeah, I can find a better value right across the street. No, not at the bait shop, at the gas station. I can get a South Dakota Lottery scratch game for as little as $1. You can actually win thousands of dollars. Almost enough to eat here.
Good fun. Must be 18 to play. Please play responsibly.
If you're single, a young couple just starting out, or an empty nester, regular-sized loaves of bread just may be too much of a good thing. Now, thanks to Village Hearth Half Loaves, you can have just the right amount of fresh, delicious bread for toast and your favorite sandwiches. Village Hearth Half Loaves come in 5 flavorful varieties, including Dakota-style 12-grain, honey wheat, and premium white. You're sure to find the one that's just right. Village Hearth Half Loaves, the perfect size for 1 or 2.
Where you buy your next pre-owned vehicle matters. And at Spearfish Motors, it matters to us too. And because of that, we don't buy our vehicles from auctions. Instead, we locally source our pre-owned inventory, trades from our friends, our neighbors, and people right here in our community. So you can feel confident knowing that the vehicle that you're driving has a known history. And that's what locally sourced really means. See us today at Spearfish GMC Cadillac or shop online at spearfishmotors.com.
Mr. Liquor in Rapid City would like to thank their customers for making last year an overwhelming success. Know that in 2026, Mr. Liquor will continue to provide the area's best selection of wine, spirits, and ice-cold beer with unmatched customer service. Look for even more exclusive Mr. Liquor barrel picks and rare allocated bourbons in the coming months. Plus, check out their Facebook page for monthly savings specials on your favorite brands. Thanks again for your business from Mr. Liquor South off Catron next to Walmart and Mr. Liquor West on the corner of West Chicago and Sturgis Road in Rapid City.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
At Highmark Credit Union, we believe banking should feel personal. That's why when you walk into our lobbies, you'll be greeted by real tellers and friendly staff, ready to help with your questions, big or small. And yes, we've got the latest technology too, for when you want quick and convenient service. The best part? You get to choose. Highmark Credit Union. Personal service backed by modern technology. We'll make it happen. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Chatting with Brian at Anytime Auto Sales. Winter is here.
And as always, we're here to help with all your winter automotive needs. From mobile oil changes to around the wheel and under the hood repairs, we fix most everything, and we'll do it at an affordable price.
What about tires, batteries, and brakes?
Absolutely. With over 50 brand name tires, we have deals as good as anywhere. 10% off our Duralast Pro Power Ultra batteries, a 5-year battery with roadside assistance, and flat out the best brake deal around at just $399 per axle with new pads, rotors, labor, and a lifetime warranty for most vehicles.
Fantastic. And if people need financing, can you help there? Yes, we can. We offer the AutoPass card, an interest-free card for 6 months on every repair over $199, which saves a lot of people who need immediate help with repairs. Get an answer in minutes from our homepage at anytimeanytime.com. Just click the AutoPass Apply Now button. Take advantage of that card, people. See anytimeanytime.com. And, of course, at the corner of Highway 79 and East Minnesota.
Anytime Auto Sales. One more time.
This is the Nate Brown Show. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, welcome in on a Monday, a Reaction Monday on the Nate Brown Show. It is South Dakota Sports Talk Show, and it is always a great day in South Dakota. You know that. I'm still saying that on a tough Monday for me. Tough Monday for me. My Broncos lose yesterday. My wife tells me I can't eat my emotions away. I mean, that was a tough comment. That was a tough comment after the loss. Just having a few chips, Rob. I mean, you know how it goes.
I hear you, yeah.
And then put the French dip up there and the dip and chips, and then I watched Sam Darnold go on to win, and I knew we were going to have one heck of a Reaction Monday on the Nate Brown Show. Rob Keighron is in. He is here for a Reaction Monday as our guest host and a lot of football to discuss. So here's the thing. I'll just throw out the question of the day right away, and I told Rob, here's the lineup. Here's what we got cooking tonight. And I'll throw out the question of the day for those of you just joining us. across South Dakota Sports Talk Show. We're live on KWSN Sioux Falls and Fox Sports Rapid City. A lot of Vikings fans. I want to give Vikings fans a question, and I got Broncos fans a question. Okay, it's fair. It's fair. Fair and balanced. Vikings fans, what are your emotions with Sam Darnold winning? What are your emotions with Sam Darnold winning the NFC Championship and going to the Super Bowl just 1 year after he had you guys at 14-3? So what's your emotions? I was very happy for Sam. He gets picked on a lot. And so here's the ultimate question, though, for Broncos fans. I blame the loss on Sean Payton and Rob Keighron. You know, you and I were sitting there. I sent you a text, and I'm kind of going back and forth. And I said right away, and you can mark this. You find me on X, and you saw this. I wasn't a second quarter, halftime, third quarter, fourth quarter, like, I wish we should have taken the field goal. Right when they lined up, I was screaming, and I said it right there. You have to take the field goal. It's 10-0. You go up on the Patriots 10-0. It's over. The momentum, we're good to go. Stidham just had another great drive. We're good to go. And he doesn't do it, and I blame Sean Payton because he had a second-string QB. The weather got terrible in second half. I don't know if he knew it was going to be that bad, but nonetheless, Patriots defense was good. You had to get the points. We were going to be at the 13-yard line. This wasn't at the 4-yard line. This was at the 13. You had a long way to go still, even if you would have got it. Big mistake, and they lose by 3. It's on Sean for all the good he's done. He messed it up, but you say it's not totally fair to blame it on him. You think it's more?
I think he gets the lion's share of the blame. And I said this to you by text yesterday when we were going back and forth. I completely agree with you on the decision. I thought it was at the same thing. I don't necessarily tweet on these things as it's going on. I'm kind of just engulfed in the game at that moment. But I completely agree with you. And I did see your tweet. And when I read it, I was like, he's 100% right. Like, there is no reason not to go for the 3 points there early in the game, getting that 2-score lead, really trying to put some pressure on New England at that point, and really putting your footprint, your stamp on the game at that point. I could not agree with you more, Nate. I thought it was a really very odd decision. And I get it was only 4th and 1, and you're trying to get 14, go up 14-0. I get all that, and I get that's the new NFL. You and I are the old men on the lawn, yelling over and over again about how these aren't the greatest decisions. But to say that the game is entirely on Sean Payton, the blame is on him, I don't think that's fair at all. I think he deserves the lion's share of the blame.
Lion's share. What was that, 90%?
I would say 70%, right? Okay. I think 30% of it is strictly on the shoulders of one Jared Stidham.
Careful now.
Now, you be careful.
Come on.
Okay, because
this is a backup QB. We didn't expect him to do much. He had 133 yards passing and a touchdown. I'm fine with it.
Wait, no, you're not. Number one, you're not fine with it. Number two, it's not necessarily about what you do in the game. It's what you do poorly in the game. You and I both know that. It's managing mistakes. And we watched Drake May 2 weeks in a row make a number of mistakes. Fumble the ball in the pocket, when he's getting sacked, not having, really good pocket presence to keep that ball to himself, both against the Chargers and against Houston. He didn't do that this week. And the opposite of that was Stidham, because that decision to kind of goofily throw the ball when he's all the way back up near his end zone is one of the worst decisions I've ever seen in a big-time playoff game.
But here's the thing with it. This is a backup QB. I knew he's going to do something like that. He hasn't played in 2 years. You kept telling me that. He hasn't played. The game's so fast. The guy's on him. He didn't know. We're going to have a mistake like that. Sean Payton is a veteran, a Super Bowl winning coach. He knows what he's doing. He should have done the right thing. He put his players in the worst position, and they lost. He lost it. Stidham's going to make mistakes. It happens.
He gave up 10 points in a playoff game, and 7 of those are entirely on Stidham. Those 7 points are not on the defense. They're on Stidham. He has to take a sack there, right? Sean Payton can't yell in his ear, go down, take a sack. He has to know at that moment there is nothing to gain by throwing that ball away. It's a 3rd down play, Nate. You're going to punt the ball anyway.
Guess what? He does that. We already would have had the field goal. We're still up 10-7 and nobody's crying. We're up 10-7 And now, all of a sudden, 7-7, now we're in a mess.
But 10-7, Nate, you make it like they were up 3 scores. They would be up 3 scores. You'd be up 3 points in a game. And no matter what, if he does that in the game, he's giving New England essentially this golden road in front of them. Like, you've not been able to do anything, but here, let me hand you the ball at the 15-yard line.
It's a big mistake, but here's how the Broncos lose. Sean Payton's call, and here's the stat. People love analytics. You go up by 10 in a championship game of the history of championships, you go up by 10, you win 89% of the time. No matter if that's first quarter, second quarter, third, or fourth. You're up by 10, you win 89% of the time. How about that?
You're not going to get an argument from me. It's a terrible decision. I just don't get how you can't. What is the backup QB's role other than don't lose the game, right? Maybe he couldn't win the game for his team.
Well, he did. But he threw an opening drive touchdown.
Don't lose the game. Well, he also made a terrible decision at the end of the game where you had plenty of time. Now, I'm not saying you were going to make a field goal in those conditions.
You know whose fault that was, too? Just watch the replay.
Oh, whose fault?
We subbed in new personnel. Sparky loves the new personnel, and we were on a rush. He had to snap that too quick. He just launched it. That's Sean's fault, too. Watch the replay.
No, okay, that's partially. You're right. I watched that replay, and you're 100% right. Trying to sub there, and then they stop. The umpire stands over the ball, gives New England a chance to sub as well. I get that, and I completely agree with you that is a problem. But you don't have to throw the ball up there, right? You still have a timeout and the 2-minute warning. What are you doing? You don't have to throw the ball up there. You have plenty of other things that you can do. Run away, throw. I mean, you can take. I'd rather you take a sack there and still be alive than just throw the ball in very difficult conditions up in the air and put it up on a prayer, essentially. That is on the quarterback. Yes, you're right. Peyton didn't put him in the best position for success on that play. But he has to know that you haven't, with 40 seconds left, I can understand just throwing it up. With more than 2 minutes, a timeout, and the 2-minute warning, you don't need to do that. And I felt like in the biggest moments, Stidham did not rise to the occasion, and he was a big problem in the game.
Well, I wasn't expecting him to rise to them, but just to do enough. He made one big mistake. And then he did enough to win. That's why I don't put it on his. They had drops. Sutton dropped one. Little Jordan Humphrey, that's Sean's guy. Doesn't play for anybody else, but we bring him in and put him in, and he dropped the ball too. So drops, bad plays, Sean Payton call. That's how the Broncos lose. Stidham, big mistake. And Drake May, what did he do?
He ran the ball incredibly well. This is another thing.
86 yards passing, unbelievable.
Okay, fine. He had 86 yards passing. Did he run the ball when it was most important? Did he run in for a touchdown?
A lot of fun.
QB scrambles that you guys couldn't stop. Let's be fair. You never had a spy going off to the quarterback.
Broncos were better.
At one point, where's the linebacker who's spying the quarterback? What is going on, guys? The Broncos were better? Is that what you said?
Yes.
The Broncos were better in the game.
They missed 2 field goals. We would have won it. He took another one off the board. We won that easily. We won it easily.
You were not the better team in the game.
We were the better team.
No way.
What'd they have?
You had one
possession. One touchdown from 10 yards out.
You scored 7 points right at the beginning of the game, and then nothing.
It was going to be 10-0. By the way, is it fair to blame Sean Payton for the loss? 69% of the audience says yes, he cost them. 31% say no, players made mistakes. 69% say Sean cost them.
How many games, Nate, are you going to win in the National Football League when you don't score at least 13 points in the game? I mean,
one like yesterday where you got a blizzard in the second half. That's not going to win.
You still needed to score more. You had opportunities in the second half. I mean, they got their field goal wasn't it on the first possession, the Patriots, of the second half, where they went up 10-7?
Yes, that was a big drive.
Well, you have the whole, and then you don't score another point the rest of the game. Somebody got to do something. Somebody got to make a play, and it absolutely comes down to Stidham needed to do a little bit more. And the fact that you think he did enough to win the game,
he did enough.
To me, is crazy.
For
That's just crazy.
First game, he did enough. You know who did enough, though? Sam Darnold did more than enough. Rob's favorite QB. We discuss Darnold next.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Want to do more of what you love and earn cash back doing it? With a Visa Cashback credit card from Black Hills Federal Credit Union, it's possible. Earn 1.5% cash back on everyday purchases like gas and groceries, and use it to fund your shoe obsession, vinyl collection, or airline upgrade. Plus, spend $2,000 in your first 90 days and get a $200 cashback bonus. Learn more at bhfcu.com/cashback. Offer subject to credit approval. Other restrictions apply.
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
Headed to the Black Hills Stock Show? Then make Trav's Outfitter your first stop. Score $100 off Higher and Tecovas boots. Hui ball caps just $10 and save $20 on Cinch and Ariat jeans. Western wear, workwear, and unbeatable Stock Show savings. All at Trav's Outfitter, your Stock Show headquarters. Trav's Outfitter, find us at 413 North Campbell Street in the old Kmart building. Trav's Outfitter, best selection, best service, no BS.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Teen tonight, under partly cloudy skies, northwesterly winds around 5 miles per hour. A blend of clouds and sun. Tomorrow, highs level off around 37. Lows around 21. Tomorrow night, clear skies. Daytime highs approaching 40. Wednesday, under partly cloudy skies. 34. Thursday, chance for snow. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Right now, it's 40 degrees.
Being in business has its rewards as well as its challenges. It means being the first one in the door in the morning and turning off the lights when you leave at night. Your business is unique, and you need a bank that understands your needs. You deserve the best. You need a financial partner that is invested in your success. You need Pioneer Bank and Trust. Don't settle. Pioneer. Pioneer Bank and Trust. Local.
Pioneer Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Honey, would you hand me that chair leg, please?
The one from the mahogany dining room set or the oak chair from the living room set?
Oh, the oak ones. I think they smell better.
Here.
Oh, thank you. Feel that heat.
Honey.
Yeah.
Instead of burning the furniture in our house to stay warm, can't we just get replacement windows?
Honey, we've been through this. Those window companies subcontract the work out, and once they get started, well, good luck seeing them again.
Not if we use Renewal by Anderson. They only do windows, no subcontractors. Plus, they use certified master installers.
All they're going to do is go to a home repair store and pick something off the rack. Heck, I can do that. Oh, hand me that coffee tabletop, please.
No, they have in-home consultations, and they're 100% custom. Plus, they're energy efficient, low maintenance, and we won't have to burn any of our own furniture.
Okay, I'll call in the morning. In the meantime, do you still have that makeup table you had as a kid? I mean,
Not
it's
my
all
makeup
solid
table.
wood.
For a perfect fit, call 605-341-7831. Renewal by Anderson of South Dakota.
Your sports, your show. From East River to West River, this is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown Show.
All right, South Dakota Sports Talk Show. We're live on a Reaction Monday. Glad you're here. Appreciate you making this show possible. Hope you're having a good day, start to the week. A lot of football to discuss. You know that. Championship Sunday. What a day. My Broncos go down. Sparky. Not enough spark yesterday in the blizzard. Only 7 points on the board. Youch. And Sam Darnold wins the NFC Championship. How do you Vikings fans feel about that? I threw that out to the Vikings fans. If you want to get in, we'll get you on the text line. Let's see, 605-720-1067. We can hit you on the text line. A lot of stuff coming in, so we're trying to get to a lot. Listener text coming in. I'm a huge Vikings fan, and as we know, Patriots Stephon Diggs, Patriots Garrett Bradbury, Sam Darnold are all in the Super Bowl and have recently started for the Vikings. As a Vikings fan, the one thing that worries me is Justin Jefferson's going to realize if he wants to ever go to the Super Bowl, he has to go elsewhere. So that Vikings fan's depressed.
Oh my gosh,
He's
it
depressed
is a tough
today.
day to be a Vikings fan.
Let's see. Lister text. I'm a Vikings fan. I lived in Minnesota as a kid. I do not like Sean Payton because of Bountygate. I am happy for Sam Darnold. He won 14 games for the Vikes last year. That said, if and buts were candy and butts, it would be Christmas every day. That's some saying. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that. So, Vikings fans are united here today because Sean Payton screwed it up for me and the Broncos.
Yep.
They don't like Sean. I go all the way back to the New Orleans days. That's why I haven't liked Sean either. I mean, I've been honest with that. I understand what he's done for the Broncos and the culture and changing the organization. It's been outstanding. You can't say that. He has been outstanding there. Sometimes I've told you, he gets too cute. He likes showing off. He wanted to get greedy. He thought he was smarter than everybody, and he ran some stupid play yesterday on 4th and 1, but we won't talk about it anymore because I'll just lose my mind and where are the chips. Anyway, let's see. One more on the Vikings. I'm happy for Sam. Vikings have salary cap issues without paying him a bunch. We don't have enough money to improve the line anyway. Think if we were paying him. So a lot of the Vikings fans tonight, I asked them, how do you feel about Darnold? They're happy for Sam. Well, last year they were angry. They were upset. Lost to the Lions, lost to the Rams. And you have been a Sam Darnold. You got Sam Darnold derangement syndrome. How are you feeling today?
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to eat any crow last week because they won despite Sam Darnold, not because of him. And I would say the same thing 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when they beat San Francisco to get the 1 seed. It wasn't because of Darnold. It was because of the defense.
Yeah.
Folks, I am sorry.
Oh.
I apologize.
Whoa.
I was wrong. I'm not sold on him.
Whoa.
But boy, was that a hell of a performance by one Sam Darnold. And I was rooting against him. My money was against him. But to go 25 of 36 for 346 with 3 touchdowns, and way more importantly, never turned the ball over in the game, I give him a ton of credit. That is an incredible NFC Championship performance when his team... And think about it. If he makes any mistake in the game, right, or if he just isn't as accurate, they lose that game because the Rams were scoring, right?
The Rams were really good, too.
Yeah.
Really good.
And so he matched Stafford and probably beat him by a little bit. He probably was just a little bit better in the game than Stafford was, but they both had great games. I am shocked beyond belief. I don't like saying it, but he deserves all the credit in the world because he is the reason that they won that game.
Yes, he's the reason they won, not just they won and he did okay.
Well, because honestly, I thought their path to victory yesterday would have been the defense does really well, creates some turnovers, the game stays in the low 20s or something like that. And no, they scored 31 points. Now, he did get a gift of a muffed punt that set him up really well there. But short of that, the pass he makes to Bobo in the end zone, the pass early in the game to Shaheed.
On the money.
The incredible third down play to Kupp where Kupp gets that first down towards the end of the game with, 3 minutes to go in the game. Those were all big-time throws, big-time plays. He had a lot of poise and composure, way more than I would have ever given him credit for. So I got to take my licks. I deserve to get beat up for this. I had a strong take for the last 2 years on Darnold. Like I said, you're not going to convince me that Sam Darnold is a top 10 quarterback because he's not. I'll name 12 right off the top of my head that are better than him.
He's had 2 years top 10 stats, 2 years. And this year,
he's not top 10.
Number 1 scoring offense.
There are 10 QBs off the top of your head that you would take before you took Sam Darnold. For sure, going into a Super Bowl. But he deserves all the credit in the world because he got his team to a Super Bowl when they needed him to play his best. He absolutely did, particularly because I don't want to hear any more about the Seattle defense. They got cut up like Swiss cheese to the Rams yesterday. But Darnold found ways to hang in there. He got a couple of gifts from the Rams with some McVay's poor decisions, particularly towards the end of the half, where they get a chance to get a touchdown where they should have never been able to do it. But he capitalized, and that's why I give him a lot of credit. Yeah, he got some opportunities that the Rams handed him, but he took almost every single one. I can think the only bad play he made in the game was that when he dropped that snap when he was in shotgun. But he didn't lose the ball, so no big deal, even that one.
I do have some listeners that have reacted. I got a message on X, Twitter, that said, I can't wait for you to have Rob Keighron on about this.
Yeah.
So they're waiting for this today.
I'm sorry.
I got a listener text coming in just now. It says, feels like we need to have Rob standing on the corner of the street wearing an I'm sorry about my comments about Sam Darnold sign.
Okay, folks, he still has to win in 2 weeks. We do understand. I know we're going to analyze the game later in the week and next week. He still has to win.
That's easy. That's easy.
No, it is not.
I saw the
Super Bowls
yesterday.
are different. We'll get into this later. Super Bowls are different animals. He still has to follow this up. But the performance was incredible. But one game doesn't make a guy.
Game. He's won. Now that's 16. He says 16 wins this year, 14 wins last year.
Like I said, last week and the week before had nothing to do with him. He just was a willing participant. This week was all about him.
How would you describe Sam Darnold's career? This is quite something. Jets, terrible. He's almost done. 49ers give him a chance after the Panthers mess. How would you describe this career?
He's a bit like a phoenix rising from the ashes, because you're right. I thought he was done. You know, the Jet. Listen, I can't blame him so much for the Jets as someone who grew up in New York City. The Jets have been a dumpster fire other than a handful of years with Parcells in the 90s and a handful of years with Rex Ryan. The Jets have been a dumpster fire my entire life. I can't think of a time where the Jets were ever good consistently other than those two short spells that I just mentioned. So I can't blame him for that, but he didn't do anything with Carolina. He goes to back up San Francisco.
He's almost done. I mean, it's like when he was a backup at San Francisco, you're like, where is he? Nobody cared.
Right. And the fact that he got an opportunity, the guy, if anybody deserves a little credit for this, it is the Vikings with Kevin O'Connell, right? I mean, that guy has a lot to do with the resurrection of Sam Darnold, and I think it shows you what great coaching can do for a player with talent. And I think sometimes, we've talked about this before, sometimes it's just getting into the right environment, right? And New York certainly wasn't the right environment. Carolina's not the most well-run organization either. And then he goes to Minnesota, and he has a real opportunity, and he fouls it up this year, gets a team that has some weapons, gets a team that has a defense, and he's done very, very well. I cannot, as much as I want to knock him, and I do not like rooting. I'm not going to root for him. I don't want to root for him.
Of course not.
But gosh, he absolutely earned every penny of his contract just from last night's performance.
The Vikings fans say they're happy for him, but I gotta look at Minnesota and say, is this a mistake here? I mean, you gotta reflect on this. I told you it was a mistake, and it was.
It's still not a mistake, Nate.
It was.
You drafted a first-round quarterback.
Don't let him out of the building.
Why? Well, then why did you draft a first-round quarterback? Why?
Because you can have him sit.
Have him sit. For how many years?
Wait.
For how many years? How many years does a first-round quarterback?
He's just coming off a big injury. Wait another year.
That only works when you're backing up a guy who's on his way out, who's near the end of his career. Darnold is what, like 31 or something?
The Vikings,
30?
They blew this up so quick, and then they thought, we're going to be on a competitive rebuild. That was really nice. Really worked out well. And here's Sam Darnold's in the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. And the Vikings fans haven't been there yet.
You have a first-round quarterback. He has to get a chance to play. Sam Darnold was only going to get in the way of that. I have no problem with the Vikings
JV
decision.
Football. You get a chance to play and have fun. This isn't the JV.
I got to see that if all of the draft capital that I invested in a first-round top 12 pick on a quarterback, I got to see if I have something there.
Not after.
What do you mean, no?
Not after a 14-3 season.
No, you
not
have
after
to.
That.
You have to.
You can't. All right, that was fun. Coming right back, let's get into this. Speaking of NFL coaches and decisions, what do you think about coaches doing what Sean Payton did yesterday? He's not the first one. Is this something that needs to change? Coming up.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
It's your last chance to lock in 2025 pricing on our acclaimed replacement windows and ensemble entry doors. Get 20% off with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Pay nothing till 2027. Plus, get an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. If you've been thinking about replacing those drafty, outdated doors or windows, now is the time. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait, there's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 4... Even that.
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
There are 1 billion credit card transactions around the world every day. That's 11,698 swipes a second. It's easy to forget that behind each one, there's a person, a family, a dream, a connection being made. The Black Hills Federal Credit Union Visa, for members who want to make the most of every transaction.
Subscribe to The Nate Brown Show on YouTube.
Hey, welcome in KWSN Sioux Falls, Fox Sports Rapid City, The Nate Brown Show live. Just getting the week going. It's going to be a fun one. Countdown to the Super Bowl 60. I wish the Broncos were in it. Man, oh man, what a devastating day yesterday. Everybody was depressed, right? All you Broncos haters, where are you? Because you knew we screwed it up. The Broncos lost it. The Patriots didn't win it. Remember that. We'll talk about if this Super Bowl is a good matchup coming up. Is it a good matchup, Patriots-Seahawks? Rob Keighron's in. Reaction Monday on South Dakota Sports Talk Show. So it all came down to Sean Payton making that call 4th and short, and he went for it. We were at the 14-yard line. It was a bozo play. And we lost it. It would have been up 10-0. We all know the story. I put that on him. We lost 10-7. It's a mess. I mean, it was an absolute mess. But he's not the first guy. Ben Johnson did it last week with the Bears early in the game. Didn't take the easy 3 points. Didn't get it. And we see this all the time, actually. And so the analytics guys have taken over. They've said anything 4th and 1, 4th and short, 4th and 3. Even your boy Sean McVay, I think it's okay to go for that last night. It's getting late. You're down 4. You're like, can we get the ball back? I don't know, but that's questionable. And he was 4th and 4, I think, 4th and 5, and he goes for it. And they throw it to the end zone. It's like, hey, it was over. So all these guys do this stuff. 4th down, we're going. And everybody thinks it's just happy dance. It's a mess to me. I think it's happening too much. Is it just going to keep on happening?
I completely agree with you. It's happening too much. I do think it will keep on happening. And I agreed with you, like we said earlier, on the Peyton call. I thought that was a very, very poor decision there. McVay, you know, what was weird about the end of that game, the Rams had a long drive there. I mean, I think they had the ball for 7 minutes.
Just moving it easy.
And they were 2 fourth-down plays, if you remember. The first one is where Stafford kind of just barely got across the line.
It was like 4th and 2, 4th and 1.
And that would have been about a 45-yard field goal attempt. And actually, that's where I wanted him to kick, right? Because I thought, because there was still about 7 minutes left at that point, if you kick there with that much time left, even if Seattle goes down and scores a touchdown, you're going to be down 8 and you're going to have time. Once you got to 3 minutes, 3 something left when he did go for it on 4th.
4 maybe.
Yeah, 4 minutes. You're probably right. There was 4 minutes left. But once you got to that point, I didn't think that was a bad decision, right? Because you still could have got a first down at the 2-yard line. And I think if you kick a field goal there, you're down 1. There is a chance you don't get the ball back, right? So
yes,
I don't love it in that situation. But overall, you're 100% right, Nate. I mean, we can list the coaches over and over again. I'm getting a little tired. You know who's really getting tired? My television is getting tired of me yelling at it, saying, what is going on? Why, particularly in an era where kickers can kick from 60 yards, 50 to 60 yards regularly. You and I grew up at a time where a 50-yard kick was amazing.
Yes,
right?
long and difficult.
I think about, and this is just an aside, but it came to my mind because we're in Super Bowl time now. For anyone who's old enough to remember this, the Giants beat the Bills in one of the most epic, maybe the most epic Super Bowl of all time, in Super Bowl 25, right during the Gulf War time, and it was Scott Norwood, this was the first of the 4 Buffalo Bills appearances in the Super Bowl. He missed a 47-yard field goal wide right, and it would have been his longest on grass that he had ever made, right? Think about how far we've come where they're regularly making kicks from 55 and 60 yards. To me, that would change the analytics a bit, right? If it were low percentage, right, where you weren't sure that your kicker was going to make it, right? You didn't have the operation correct where you get too many kicks blocked or something like that, then I could understand. But they've become more and more, not automatic, but more and more reliable as parts, as ways to produce points. And what I don't really get about the whole decision, Nate, is points add up throughout a game, right? I get 3 here and 3 there, and then I get a 7. Well, there's a different, all you need to do is miss one of, it'd be different if they were getting them so often, right? Where you and I would have to throw our hands up. Yeah, we would prefer the game where they kick the field goal, but they're constantly making it on 4th and 1 and 4th and 2.
But they aren't. They are not.
Which is the reason you have this question, right? Because they're constantly not converting, not getting 7. Even if they do convert, they don't end up getting 7 anyway. So what are you doing? Why are you trying to reinvent football?
What do the analytics say? Here's what I would say. They say 4th and 1, your percentage to get it is this. So what did the analytics say yesterday in Denver? 4th and 1 with Jarrett Stidham as your quarterback and that play call against that defense. The analytics say anything on that? I doubt they do.
And this is the problem with the analytics, Nate. It doesn't factor in what is the play call actually going to be, who are the players, and the one thing, and I know the geeks who are in these offices who are coming up crunching these numbers and saying, oh, this is what it tells us and this is why you do it this way. How about you open up your eyes and watch the game and start factoring in, and I don't know how they could ever do this analytically because you can't, start factoring in the momentum that changes in a game. And for people who don't believe in momentum in sports, you're nuts. You're insane.
You recognize that the Broncos were up 10-0 second quarter yesterday. The momentum was really good for the Broncos.
It would
really
have been.
Good.
And giving what you don't seem to get when you and I have played plenty of sports, certainly not on any kind of significant level like this, but I just remember even playing football when the defense made a great stop on fourth down and you ran back out there on offense, you had an extra oomph in your step, right? Like you knew that there was this great opportunity now, and that does translate to professional athletes. And the fact that they don't calculate that, right, and say, yeah, it's probably a good play to go, but if I go up 10-0, I'm gonna put a little more doubt in their head, and if I get stopped, I am giving that team a real shot in the arm.
And I honestly can't say if Sean Payton played the analytics game. I can't say that for sure. I'm not going to totally blame him on he did it because of analytics. I do think the Staleys of the world, the Chargers, I do think the Ben Johnsons of the world, some of these newer guys do play that game. This is a Bill Parcells coach, Sean Payton. So I just think he thought, I'm greedy. We're rolling. If I get up 14-0, we're in good shape. I think he just got greedy ego.
I think you're probably right on that, Nate. I think the thought of in a game where your defense is already playing very well, if I get this, I'm what would they have been at 14-0? You said 89% at 10-0.
Yeah.
At 14-0, they would have been 96% to win the game. And particularly once whatever happened in the second half was about to happen with the weather, I do think sometimes these coaches, because they're so confident in the play calling, and I think your pal Sean Payton suffers from this as well. Like, well, I got the perfect play for this, and so, because I've designed it so well and it's such a high percentage play, let's do this. What also doesn't factor in is that even if the play is called perfectly, there are penalties, there are bad snaps, there are mistakes.
Missed blocks, yep.
What about all of that? Those things are real. There's a human element to all these games. It's not played on a computer. If you want to go do that, find one of these simulation games and play it. You're playing it with real people. Points add to more points, and the objective in all sports, unless I'm wrong, Nate, is to have more points than the other team.
The Broncos play, go and watch that play. Analytics did not show you what was going to happen there. I mean, the offensive line just let guys run by him. I was like, what is this play? It was like a screenplay, but it wasn't. It was bizarre. Coaches go for it too much on 4th down and short. We think so. Listener text coming in, yeah, you got to take the points in crucial situations. So I just think that's the case, but they're going to keep doing it because they think it works. The Eagles do the tush-push thing, and they're going to get it all the time, so everybody thinks, well, 4th and short, we got it. Even like 4th and 2, 4th and 3, coaches are like, we're still going to go. It was 4th and a long one for the Broncos, and it cost them yesterday big time. Coming right back on the Nate Brown Show, wrapping it up with, is this a good Super Bowl matchup? Patriots-Seahawks. What do you think of it? Coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Our locally owned Ace stores are committed to helping our neighbors and our communities. And because we're in the neighborhood, we can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Steel, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in-store, curbside, or we'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know how to help. See acehardware.com for details.
Ready to be part of something big? Meet the Rapid City Sports Commission, the powerhouse behind sports in Rapid City. The commission focuses on bringing regional and national tournaments, supporting homegrown events, and creating opportunities for our kids. But it's not just games, it's a win-win for all of us. Youth sports fuel our economy. Hosting events in Rapid City means out-of-town families shop, dine, and stay with us, which boosts sales tax revenues too. To get in on the action, visit rcsportscommission.com, where we're all about the hustle.
Hi, I'm Tim Wrench, and I'm seeking personal injury cases. If you've been injured because someone else did something wrong, call me up. I'm a trial lawyer. I've tried criminal and civil cases for decades, and I can use all of that experience to help you. I also know this, that when insurance companies know that you're represented by a trial lawyer, they take your claim more seriously, and if it is to be settled, it's settled better with a trial lawyer. Wrench Law, 605-341-1111, wrenchlaw.com.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Teen tonight, under partly cloudy skies, northwesterly winds around 5 miles per hour. A blend of clouds and sun. Tomorrow, highs level off around 37. Lows around 21. Tomorrow night, clear skies. Daytime highs approaching 40. Wednesday, under partly cloudy skies. 34. Thursday, chance for snow. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Right now, it's 40 degrees.
You never know what kind of weather Mother Nature has planned. Be ready in a 4x4 or all-wheel drive from Denny Menlo Toyota. Shop a great selection of used trucks and sport utilities and the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned. Get financing as low as 4.99% APR for up to 60 months on certified pre-owned, including RAV4s. See us at Denny Menlo Toyota or DennyMenloToyota.com. 1887 per 1,000 finance, regardless of down. Offers with qualified credit. Expires 1/5/26.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Jensen at Physio. We want to be your trusted partner for physical therapy, athlete development, and sports rehab. As the official strength and conditioning partners for Stevens, Central, Douglas, and the Rapid City Rush, our team at Physio is building the best athletes in the Black Hills. If you have an athlete in the family, we offer long-term athlete development at affordable prices for middle and high school students. We also have the only board-certified sports PT in Rapid City. At our brand new facility, Physio is ready to help you perform at your best. One-on-one physical therapy, athlete development, and sports rehab, all at one place. Get started at bhphysio.com.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk show.
Oh, the Nate Brown Show. We are wound up tonight on a Monday, as you might expect. South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Glad you're here. Reaction Monday, Rob Keighron. It's been a full circle moment. He has come around on Sam Darnold after an unbelievable performance yesterday. His Sam Darnold derangement syndrome is lessened. You're still going to need medication for that. Sam Darnold derangement syndrome. You're still going to need a little medication for the Super Bowl.
Let's be fair. In 2 weeks, I'll be knocking him again come Super Bowl time.
I bet you will. You're going to go against this. You're going to think, oh, the Patriots, they might be able to win. The Patriots, oh, look out. Mike Vrabel, he's so good. The Drake May's so good. So you tell me, is it a good Super Bowl matchup?
No, I don't think it's a good Super Bowl matchup at all. I think it's a bit nondescript, and I think we were going to probably have trouble with any of the matchups. And if Knicks were healthy, it'd be different, because I think Denver and the Rams would be a really fascinating kind of matchup with Peyton and McVay, who arguably are two of the best coaches in the league. Not the best, but two of, top 5, top 7 coaches in the league. Stafford and Knicks, young versus old, teams that can, move the ball offensively for the most part. I think that would have been a fascinating matchup. Once he was hurt, you knew you were in trouble just in terms of the quality of the matchup and on paper. Again, you never know. These games, sometimes the worst matchup on paper turns into... I think of... You remember the Patriots Panthers Super Bowl with Jake Delhomme?
Yeah.
And they scored so many points in the fourth quarter, and it was just kind of wild back and forth, right? That was a really entertaining, exciting game. On paper, it looked terrible. So it can sometimes work out this way, but, and you're going to hate me for saying it, but really, Sam Darnold's getting a lot of eyeballs to the set.
Yes, no, it's a great story.
This is a great story. Nobody cares about Sam Darnold. The people around here, because he was in Minnesota, people don't think of all of that. Like, remember, we're talking about the casual viewer, right? You and I are going to watch every play and dissect every play of the Super Bowl, no matter what.
But the Chiefs aren't in it anymore. The Eagles aren't in it again. They got some new fresh blood. I do think that matters. It mattered for the championship, Indiana, Miami. That had huge numbers. Broncos, Bills the other Saturday. That had the most Saturday eyeballs ever. So I think I think it's going to be big. It's the Super Bowl.
Well,
big.
Of course it'll be big. But, the difference with the Indiana thing was that story of a team that had been so awful for decades that now really just rose to the occasion and played so well is a little different. Let's be fair. We've seen enough of the New England Patriots in Super Bowls, right?
Yeah.
If anything, there's a bit of dread thinking that, did they turn this around that quickly where they fire Mayo at the end of last year, bring in Vrabel, May's second year? Could he be the answer? He's never going to be Brady, but could he be the answer that starts this new generation of Patriots success? Well, that's scary to me. Like, I don't really want to think about that, because we watched that. We've watched that story enough. Seattle Patriots is a rematch, right? And that was a great Super Bowl that last time they played. I just think when you think about, sometimes you need big personalities to make these games something. And I would say on both sides, you don't really have that. Darnold he was great last night. He still is a very understated guy, and I give him a lot of credit. If you watched, I'm sure you watched some of the postgame last night.
Yes.
All he did was defer to his teammates and the team, and he could have taken a lot of credit and really just with a simple grin on his face, been like, look at me, look what I just did. He was so humble about the whole thing. But sometimes you need personalities to make these matchups a little bit more interesting. And what I worry about this game, and I don't know that this will happen, but I do worry that this could be one of those blowout Super Bowls that gets a little bit boring too quickly. I hope not, and I haven't analyzed it enough. I mean, it just happened last night. You're
going to talk yourself into Patriots are going to keep this close. I can just tell. I know who you are. You're going to talk yourself into Patriots, Drake May, Mike Vrabel defense. Seahawks seem better. And then you're going to talk yourself into saying, Sam Darnold's not going to be able to do this again. He's going to flop on the big stage. You're going to be saying that here in 1 week. Next week, just watch it.
I probably will. I probably agree with you.
I got it.
That's probably where my mind will go. I'll try to tell myself in the next couple of days, don't do that. By next week, I'll be like, this Darnold's a bum. He stinks. He's going to make a mistake. But I don't know. Do you really think that the Seattle, New England, these two, I get the Darnold story. I think you're right on that, but
I think it's okay. I mean, I'm biased because the Broncos were on the doorstep, and then you would have had Broncos and Jarrett Stidham. You would have had a backup on the whole thing. Maybe Peyton's a big enough personality. But I think it's just okay. When you really think about it, is New England a big brand? It kind of is, but they've been off the radar for a while. And the Seahawks, very good, passionate fan base. A lot of people don't get to watch the Seahawks. They're not on that much.
They're not.
So Seahawks, Patriots, I think it's a good game. How about the matchup? I love the story of Darnold, and I wonder if Drake May gets any attention. New guy, people are interested in that. You're going to watch anyway. I got a listener text saying the Super Bowl matchup's a snooze fest. If Seattle doesn't beat New England by 30, I would be disappointed. Well, no, I'd say not going to be 30. I mean, I don't think you're going to see a 49ers Broncos thing here from back in the day. The NFL's too much parity, I think.
That, and I think the Patriots are too well coached, right? I don't think the Patriots are going to beat themselves. And folks, let's be fair. Seattle's defense yesterday was not very good.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
Have to be, if they play defense like that against New England, they're going to lose because New England's defense is way better than the Rams.
New England's defense is good.
The Rams' defense is terrible, right? If you can't play that poor defense, and you know that the Pats and McDaniel, that's the one thing I'd be worried about if I were a Seattle fan. We'll get more into this, but McDaniel's a great offensive coordinator. He'll come up with a scheme, and he will borrow things that he saw yesterday. Seattle has to play a lot better defense against a team like New England. So I think there's a game to be had here. I hope it doesn't get to a blowout. I would be surprised, and you're right. There's just too much parity in the NFL for these blowouts to happen. I don't think we're going to have anything like last year where Philly just killed Kansas City.
What do you think about the line? Did you say it was Seattle minus 3.5 early here, and what is it, 4.5 now?
Yeah, it went right to 4.5. I actually, if it were me, I probably would have opened it at 5.5 or 6 for Seattle. I thought just by how well they dominated, offensively yesterday, and the fact that they've won all these games, I probably would have opened it at that, and I think it will go up. I don't think it will come down. I think it will go to 5 or 5.5.
4.5 right now. Seattle favored by 4.5. Seahawks look better than the Patriots. I don't know if the Patriots' offense is going to be able to do enough. That's my thing. The offense. The Patriots' offense, to me, a little dicey.
Well, they don't have the weapons, right? JSN, and you think about like Cooper Kupp, who was a Ram. I mean, he's not the guy he used to be, but boy, he's very reliable. And in a big game, you want guys like that. And I would be a little worried that they only have Walker, with Seattle, with losing Charbonnet.
Yeah.
You could tell that, particularly in the second half, right? He's only going to have so much energy there. But you're right. New England doesn't have the same kind of weapons that Seattle does.
Lister text, the Puppy Bowl is going to be a better matchup than Seattle-New England.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening to the Nate Brown Show. We'll end it on that. What a beauty. Broncos lose. We're back tomorrow better than ever. For Rob Keighron, it's Nate Brown. The podcast going up right now.
It may not require a textbook,